seems legit. You either believe him or you're a terrible person.
What happened that night, Jussie?
When I landed in Chicago, and Frank Gatson, who's like my uncle, and he's also my creative director, and he picked me up. We got back to the apartment, there was no food, and so I went out to Walgreens thinking that they were 24 hours and to have a smoke. Walgreens was closed. So I called him up and I said, hey, I'm gonna run to Subway, which was across the street, and I'm gonna get a salad. Do you want anything? I went to the Subway and got the order. I texted my manager thinking that he was still in Australia because he was on an Australian tour with one of his other clients.
This, I think, just to be clear, I've never actually watched this. I only watched a few seconds and I was like, I wanna do a video reacting to this now knowing that this is bullshit. So this is what I think gives it away the most. It wasn't that two guys at 2 in the morning were carrying bleach in freezing temperatures and just so happened to have a noose on them. Is that this dude is going like full fucking detail, like every little detail, like there was no food in the house, so I went to Walgreens thinking I'd have smoke, but Walgreens was closing. I really wanted a salad. Like, it makes it sound so much more unbelievable when they feel like they have to go above and beyond to tell this story.
I kept walking and then I heard Empire. So I turned around and I said, did you just say to me, this MAGA country?
And then everyone on the train stood up and clapped.
I noticed the rope around my neck and I started screaming. And I said, there's a rope around my neck.
When this story first came out, I was like, holy fuck, that's actually really scary. I'm sure a lot of people had that reaction. Like, the more details came out, the more I was like, is this a shit that never happened land story? Is this seriously a shit that never happened land story? But I didn't say anything because if it wasn't a shit that never happened land story, I would look like an asshole. And I didn't want to doubt this guy.
As a gay man, you were considered somehow to be weak. And I'm not weak, you know? At the end of the day, look what has happened.
Your tears say more than real evidence ever could.
The audacity of this dude. The audacity. And I can't stress this enough, audacity of this dude to fake this when there are real life hate crimes happening almost every day. Recently, there were like 3 or 2 trans women, black trans women, that got fucking murdered! And on the same exact day Jussie pulled his bullshit, a Jewish person got the shit beat out of him in New York. It was caught on camera and it got like no attention. And according to ABC on Tuesday, a group of mothers who lost their sons to violence and whose cases remain unsolved gathered to speak out about the amount of resources dedicated to the Smollett case rather than their sons' unsolved cases. This is so gross for so many reasons. I know it's not like a new take to say this, but what this does is it makes it harder for people to believe real hate crimes that happen. And unfortunately, a big celebrity doing this is going to have that effect tremendously.
Subway is open 24 hours for a reason, so that when you hungry at night and you ain't got no food, you go to Subway.
Subway, you get your $5 footlong. It's fucking Subway, Jared.
It feels like if I had said it was a Muslim or a Mexican or someone black, I feel like the doubters would have supported me a lot more. A lot more.
Shut up! First of all, it was a black guy. It was 2 black guys. That you knew. And paid. There's so much hate and divide in this country that you could easily point to if you wanted to push a narrative. Why do you gotta make shit up?
They asked for my phone. They wanted me to give my phone to the tech for 3 to 4 hours. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna do that. I have private pictures and videos.
Everyone has private pictures and videos. The police aren't gonna care if they see your dick or your boyfriend's dick or whatever. They're not going to care. The police deal with way more fucked up shit than just some random dude's nudes.
My private emails, my private songs.
I don't want to freak you out, guy, but the NSA already has that shit. Of course, there were blue check marks on Twitter coming out of the woodwork when this happened who were like, who cares if it's fake? Hate crimes are real. Like, yes, that's the issue. One of them also had a really hot take like, the MAGA people celebrating this are disgusting. And it's like, this dude lied about the MAGA people. True. They're in their right to celebrate this being false, in my opinion. They are well within their right to laugh about this. Also, it's a good thing this didn't happen. It's a good thing this dude didn't actually experience something this terrible. Overall, the only victims in this whole scenario were the people who have actually experienced hate crimes or will experience a hate crime. So basically, shit that never happened land. got a new citizen. Welcome, Jussie Smollett. So that was that, and I will see you guys super soon with a new video. Bye!